we have breaking news coming in. The big breaking news is that the government declares the Popular Front of India as unlawful association. Now, the central government bans PFI for 5 years. Now, this is the big breaking news that is coming in. Of course, there were a lot of calls by security agencies and different political parties as well to call a complete ban on the radical outfit. And now the big breaking news coming in is that the government has declared the PFI for 5 years. For more information on this, we're joined in by Shravan on the phone lines with us. Shravan, this is of course a big breakthrough that the government has banned PFI for 5 years. Over to you to give us all the details.
Well, in fact, Nivedana, this was in the offing, given the fact that over the last few days we have seen one of the biggest crackdown, the largest ever investigation that has been carried out in a joint operation of the National Investigation Agency as well as the Enforcement Directorate. Roughly over 600 people have already been arrested, those who have been linked to the Popular Front of India. Now, if you take a look at the Gazette notification that has been issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs, they are clearly stating that the Popular Front of India has basically indulged in unlawful activities in the country. And what is even more worrisome is the fact that the Ministry of Home Affairs has essentially indicated that the Popular Front of India was directly linked to the ISIS, and the fact that there were several others who were basically Popular Front of members, so who were basically raising funds for proscribed organizations. Having said that, there are other ramifications also. The ramification essentially being that this particular organization has been in existence for several years put together. And the fact of the matter is that multiple investigative agencies have essentially found the role of Popular Front of India members and their linkages that have basically emerged in several of the murder cases. RSS leaders who have been murdered, their links have essentially emerged with the Popular Front of India. And thereafter, also the fact that from the investigation that has been carried out so far, what turns out is that the funding that has been received by the Popular Front of India has also been quite dubious. The Enforcement Directorate has already filed 2 charge sheets in this particular case, and they have essentially alleged that over 120 crore rupees has been received by the Popular Front of India over a period of time, and a large amount of money was basically that received by them was in cash. They've also received money from several Middle Eastern countries. In fact, we're given to understand that just before the anti-CAA riots, anti-CAA protests began, roughly about 1.36 crore rupees actually came into the account of the National General Secretary of Campus Front of India. Campus Front of India also happens to be a related organization of the Popular Front of India. So if you really look at the investigation that has been carried out, this is not something that has been done overnight. For several years put together, multiple agencies, starting from the National Investigation to the Enforcement Directorate and also several state police, all have been working together to basically carry out a massive crackdown, which has finally led to this kind of a culmination culmination to the investigation, I would say, leading to the final ban of the Popular Front of India.
Right, Shravan, so on 22nd of September, when the NIA, of course, was spearheading this Operation Octopus as well, it seemed like a very cohesive operation as well. Like you said, multiple agencies also got together. If you could walk us through that entire process of how this was carried out that led to this decision. All right, that was our senior editor, Shravan Sen, getting us the latest on the big breaking news that is coming in is that the government has banned PFI with immediate effect, and the government declares PFI as unlawful association. Now, the government also said in that particular notice that was sent out that PFI and its associates unlawful association. So, of course, we have seen the nationwide crackdown on the PFI for the past couple of days, which, of course, started on the 22nd of September and then followed in various states across the country as well. Now, we did see fresh raids being carried out yesterday as well. But this operation, we believe, was also called Operation Octopus. Now, in fact, yesterday we saw several states being raided in fresh raids. Apart from the national capital, the Karnataka Corps also intensified their crackdown on PFI leaders across the state. In fact, the raids were also carried out in various parts of Karnataka, including Chamarajanagar, Bagalkot, Bidar, Vijaypura and Chitradurga. For more on this, we're joined in by Sanjay Jaiswal from the BJP. Sanjay ji, this of course is the big breaking that we have coming in. It's a big move by the government as well. How do you view the fact that the government has taken this big decision? Because a lot of security agencies as well as a lot of political leaders were also calling for a complete ban on the radical outfit.
Yes, it was happening everywhere. Especially in Bihar, when on 12th July, the Prime Minister was coming to Bihar, and one day before, it was found that some people were radicalized with arms, and they were planning to make India as an Islamic nation in 2047. And it's not only in few towns or cities. It's seen everywhere. We are seeing in small towns, the PFI were planning to create armed people so that they can strike any day to the government machinery. So it's a very essential step, and I think the government has taken right direction. Even when we were talking about this in Bihar, Mr. Nitish Kumar, Tejasvi Yadav, everyone was saying that if they are like that, why you are not banning it? So the government has done a very good move. Even the opposition were asking that why it's not being banned if they are such an organization. So it's a very good decision by the government of India.